this occasion. Worst hand that we're going to bet on the river?
Any ace. It's just a very narrow range spot.
Oh my word! Every street! Because they decided to stay because they think the game's good. Whereas I just pretty much never allow myself to do that. Because I've already made my exception this year that I'm there like, oh okay, I'm going to stay late this year because the games are better. So I can't then double down on that and be there like, oh, I'm going to stay even later because the game's good. It's like, well, I've already allowed myself that.
Got some real hands
also,
here.
I'm just horrendous with the lack of sleep.
I'm the same as you.
Harvey going to squeeze up.
This is going to be my last hand, I think, as well. So let's make it a big one.
Okay, let's hope we get some action. King, Queen taking away both players out.
I think it's anticlimactic. Actually, no. Harvey is the aggressor.
Harvey. 10 of clubs to end Ben's night.
One time backdoor. Oh, there's not really. There's no suffrage cards here. Queen of clubs would be pretty grease. Oh yeah, Queen of clubs, 10 of clubs. You're right. It's interesting that Henry flatted. Did Henry open here, or did he flat Steve's open pre-flop? I think he flatted Steve's open, which is really interesting.
Yeah, he must have if he's hijack. He's only
with ace queen suited.
Over.
Maybe he was hoping
it's
scenario.
Definitely a thing in these anti-ranges. Like it loves flatting ace queen suited for sure.
Does it love checking back ace queen of diamonds on the turn?
I'd be more surprised on that one.
Yeah. I think the structure here is pretty standard. You just go 2/3 pot with ace 10 and ace jack, and then maybe go with the slightly bigger sizing with some ace queen, but you just lack really, really good hands there. So maybe just go 2/3 pot with every ace that you have.
Yeah, makes sense. Worst hand that we're going to bet on the river?
Any ace. Ace 3 suited for sure.
Yeah.
I think seems like a reasonable one. It's just a very narrow range spot. It's just whether or not you give Henry credit enough to not bluff 5-4 on the turn, but to bluff it on the river. Because like Henry can only bluff pairs here because he's called a flop c-bet. He can't float the flop with Jack 10 of spades, for example.
Yeah.
And it's quite tempting to start bluffing the turn with a hand like 5-4.
Yeah, again, very tempting. Very loose flop float, but also very tempting to barrel that gut shot you've turned.
Exactly.
Even though we think it's like a spot that he's going to fold so much, like.
Good fold. Yeah. Could well be.
3-bet +1 versus under the gun with the sevens. Can do some flatting. Obviously, the earlier positions we are, the more 3-bet or fold we go. But with the ante, it's definitely important to have a flatting range as well, which I'd argue sevens fit more naturally into. I think in general, just want a cold 4-bet rather than having a cold calling range, but does invite Harvey in to come out with a 4-bet bluff with that dead money behind, and James splashing in the chips behind, of course coming along with an under-repped hand. That is a hell of a flop for these two hands. That is top set versus a gut shot with the nut flush draw. Jack's being very disguised here pre-flop, although when someone does cold call the 3-bet pre, often tens, jacks, ace queen, those sort of hands are in that range, so perhaps a good range board. And James just going to jam over the c-bet here. Already a tough spot for Harvey. He knows his hand always has loads of equity. There's not really any better scenario. It doesn't really matter too much what they have. Clearly just trying to work out the pot odds. Much easier for us with the graphics. 11 to win 13, needs 33%. Once you add the kings in there too, realizes he can't fold. And off to the races we go. Early in the night. 3.5k pot. In the first 10 minutes of this stream. Club. Harvey does get there. It looks like they've only gone once.
Sorry, I thought you had 2k, so I was trying to...
And that is a tough start for James. Harvey's saying that he thought he had 2k. If he did think he had 2k, the call would not be great for that price. Steve opening on up with the 8s. James gonna flat the button. With the antes, this 8-9 off, actually far more reasonable. Definitely want to get in the mix and does get rewarded with the nut flush draw. But Henry once again flopping the flush in almost back-to-back hands. This time is going to start betting out. 3-bet squeeze pre. 8s with the club of Steve. Just going to let it go, and nut flush draw from James on the button. Of course going to see one more. Henry's top pair changes nothing. Still the queen high flush. Just needs to fade that club. James has been extremely aggressive when he's had the best hand, so hard to imagine that we wouldn't have heard by now. Queen Jack wasn't the best hand. Pairing river likely changes nothing. You'd imagine all 2 pairs plus. Gonna bet in position as James, so once again Queen Jack always the best hand. So Henry does have a lot of these strong hands in check lines, but I'm gonna say often uses big size to make up for it. On this occasion goes to the smaller size and looks in more pain than he should do. Very quick raise by James here, and this is the first time I've really seen James gone for this river bluff, and I have to say I love it. I find it possibly hard to believe that he might check back the nut flush in position, but the ace of clubs is still an amazing card to have, blocking the turn trap nut flushes of Henry's. But the first is this size. It's not inconceivable that James might raise a 7. And is going to put it in. Valiant attempt there. Nice selection to do it with. Master with the 9-6 suited. Too pretty a hand for him to let go, and he's in good form tonight. Both the blinds picking up something. Just a call from the small blind, but aces in the big. Of course, squeezing it on up. Over the limp and cool. Master obliges. So does the small blind. Now we have a pot brewing. 200 in the middle. King high board could spell trouble for Sai, but the flush draw for Master. There's a bigger opportunity to outdraw the aces. Aces still a slight favourite to win. But has to dodge a lot. Any king, 10 or diamond will see them cracked. So all 3 players, of course, seeing the turn. That too is an absolutely beautiful card for the aces. Now all the kings can't outdraw him with 2 pair. A 10 would, of course, be 2 pair over 2 pair with aces up over the deuces. So Jeffro happy to keep on firing on this sensational turn for aces. Master making a disciplined fold, realizing it's possible to be dead on that paired turn, but much harder for the king to let go of this. He's going to come along, and almost 1,000 now in the middle, 1,500 behind, and this just gets better and better. Wow. King now only losing to aces and kings. Chops with almost everything else. Can still beat some diamond bluff. So when all the money goes in now, Sai gonna struggle to let that go, surely. Chops so often. I don't understand how he can fold. And yeah, there the chip goes in. Gets shown the bad news. And that's a £4,000 pot late in the night. Going to our new player, Jeffro, going to scoop that in with the Rockets. What an amazing run out for aces. Deuce, deuce. 3-bet here from Master, who's tripled his stack already and looking for more. Simon, of course, can't go anywhere yet. We're already at a deep stack battle here. Wow, and bottom set there for Simon. Overpair with a gut shot for Master. This could be big. Fairly happy with this flop. And still going to be best an awful lot. Decision for Simon. Does he want to start building a pot quickly? The issue is you have to be pretty careful on these really dynamic boards. Your hand's good now, but there's an awful lot of runouts where your hand's not best by the river. So do more calling than perhaps most might think. Does decide to raise. Honestly, might be considering jam here. Running his equity versus hands like flush draws, pocket jacks. That's just cool. No hearts for anyone, so a heart would slow down both players. Wow, that heart might not. That is top set for Master. This is what I mean about check raising as Simon. There's so many of these bad turns that inflating the pot out of position can be tough to navigate. He's going to barrel. Going to have mixed feelings about this turn. Of course beats other sets, but jamming makes no sense. We only get called by worse, so one decision for Master that he makes smoothly. Oh my word! Every street! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Quads versus top boat. This is absolutely brutal for Master. Oh, I said he had a good night, but he's going to turbo snap it off here. He gets shown the bad news. Wow, I want to see the table's reaction on this one. I mean, yeah. Excuse the language from the table, but who can blame them? That is a outrageous run out.